All right, so we got some Fresno State news to go over in this video. We got two more additions for the basketball team. Our Fresno State coach leaves in basketball, and we have our first two schedules out in the Pac-12 conference. Well, two more, I guess, because I guess we have football. So let's get the basketball first. The Bulldogs added Roger, Figueroa, Urpina, and Colin Schroeder. Urpina is, I'm not sure. He's a 6'1" guard from Spain. He was, he's 21 years old. He competed in the Segunda FBA League for IMEX Castillo. He averaged 8.3 points, 6.1 assists, 5.4 rebounds, 1.36 steals over 26 games. His assists, though, were 6.1 per game, and that led the league. He kept off his season by putting 20 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds, making 3 of 14 from3-point line. Had one 10-point assist, a 10-assist game. He shot 40% from the field, 29% from 3-point range, and 65% on free throws, So his 3-point clip was about 38% over his last 13 games. So he got better at that from range as the season went on. Colin Schroeder was from Germany. At least that's what it says here from my reading. He averaged 14.6 points a game, 7.6 rebounds, 5.2 steals per game over 24 game contests. He had 6 games of 20 points or more. Schroeder had in the postseason, he averaged 25 points and 12 rebounds, and over 4 playoff games in the German league he was in, he averaged 20 points and 13 rebounds. So did most of his damage on the drive around the rim, shooting 53% from the field and 64% on the field goal. So where does it put the Bulldogs as a roster-wise? They have 14 of 15 spots filled. Nathan Zulumi, who missed last year of injury, is the only returning starter from last year's roster. Stickman will miss the entire year while rehabbing. Last year's squad had 2 graduates level transfers. So right now, who are the Bulldogs at in addition to roster-wise? In addition to these two guys, who do we have? We have BYU transfer point guard KJ Perry, Lipscomb guard Ross Condelio, Wichita State former Bulldog Brian Amunique has come home. UT Martin guard Draco Zlunga, Nebraska guard Quentin Rims, Rutgers center Bay Fall, and 3 freshmen Anthony Granger, Yushara Kessie Beda, and Rylan Parsley. All right, so last year's roster compared to last year's roster, the Bulldogs have had 6 international players and 7 total born. Now we have 3, including Marko Vukovic from Serbia. So the roster is almost done for basketball. What is this team going to look like? From what you understand, the NIL machine that Vance Wahlberg has to create from the start has certainly brought in better players. How much better that will make the team, you really can't say here. I mean, they more than doubled the win total last year from the year before, right? You didn't want to win back from a 6-win team. You just don't, because you won 6 games. We'll see in something similar in baseball, but I'll cover that later. When you have a bad year, you want to keep players back, and you got better 13 years, and virtually nobody's coming back again. 13 wins. So based on what we see here, if they have a possibility of doubling their win total, that would put them at 13. That would be like 26 wins, which would be a massive improvement. We'd all take 26 wins at this point, all right? In a Pac-12 conference, that would mean you'd have to beat the likes of Gonzaga, Boise, Utah, San Diego State, and so forth to get to that win total. So what you want to see right now is just continued progress. We're seeing that with the NIL. It certainly has gotten better. And but there was some kind of a blow to the gut. Bulldog alumni Tyler Johnson, he left after 1 year to go to East Carolina to be an assistant there. From what I understand, a local interview, his family's in North Carolina. Let me read what he said prior to taking the job last year. He said, I'm a North Carolina guy. I'm a Cali guy at heart, but I live in North Carolina. That's just where I am. We've got the whole family out there, so I'm just enjoying my life right now. Apparently, his family stayed in North Carolina last year while he was working. So I can completely understand a guy who wants to work closer to where his family is. That's a completely human nature reaction. And, you can't be too upset about that. I mean, you hope he would stay longer, but he didn't. And that's just... That's just sadly where we are now, and you wish him the best. There's some news also going about here from Fresno State. There is a beautification project going on right now. Valley Children's Stadium, formerly Bulldog Stadium. Apparently, it's being headed up by Bulldog Sports Enterprises, and right now it's basically a paint job. They are redoing the east side of the stadium with new paint, and that's good. Needed new paint. The red seats look pretty faded from... They look more like pink seats than red seats. I mean, it's not what we need fundamentalized. It's not what we really want, per se, Whether they've not come out with a new decision when it comes to a stadium or not yet. Would you like to see better upgrades? But it's a start, right? I mean, it's a start. And you can help, if you're a Fresno State fan, with this process by... There's a survey going on by the athletic department. You could go to this number, 559-278-3649. 47. It's done by Garrett Classy. It's a survey, basically. We can go in and feedback what you want done to the stadium. If you want a new one, or if you want what you want done for the, to get this done. How you want the stadium feel and so forth. It also looks like they're replacing the flags on the top of the white poles around the stadium. I personally, if we're talking about painting, I want them to make the scoreboard red again. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you're a Bulldog fan, you've been at the games. It should not be blue. It should be red. I understand the pixels that it once made it work almost 20 years ago and blew out a long time ago. That can't be replaced, but no reason for it to be blue. We are the red wave, not blue. Blue is a secondary color for us, all right? And I'll round up this video by going over two more schedules that we have come out for the Pac-12, and they are closer than the football ones, from what the first one is women's volleyball. They have a couple season exhibition games at Santa Barbara and while hosting Cal Baptist in Fresno in the North Gym. They have a red, white, blue scrimmage at the Save Center. And then they go to Ohio State for a tournament there against Northern Kentucky, the Buckeyes, and Bowling Green. And they host the International, playing either Irvine, New Mexico State, Southern Utah, those two again, New Mexico State and Irvine. And they go to a couple more tournaments at Invitationals before they face Pac-12 competition. Here's what they are going to do. They are going to, on September 24th, they are going to be hosting Wazoo. On the 26th, they will be hosting San Diego State, and they will go to Logan at the start of October. Then they will go to Oregon State. They will host Boise, go to Gonzaga on the 15th, Washington State on the road, Oregon State at home, Colorado State, then hosting Gonzaga at San Diego State, at Texas State, Colorado State, Boise, Utah State, and Texas State at home. So, if you're a fan of volleyball, that's the schedule coming out, and it looks like I suspect that's what we're going to see for a lot of the football sports. I've heard bat and ball is just one season a year, but that's a kind of a small baseball league. I gotta figure you stretch it out more than that. I guess maybe it's uneven, but I imagine that's kind of a flavor of what we're going to get in conference for the non-football sports. The lob return, you'll have her there and back. That which is what it should be. Softball will be easier because, as opposed to baseball, because everybody funds it. But if you want to get the real skiddy on winning the first ever Fresno State in Pac-12 competition, if you want to do that, the first ever in all athletics, that will be on Wednesday the 5th, a little over 2 months from now. A little under now, excuse me. At Stockton, and on Wednesday or 12, the Bulldog soccer team will host UC Davis in the first ever Bulldog athletic event in the Pac-12 at home. So those are two historic days that I think if you're a Fresno State fan, you should mark down and watch. I mean, I don't like soccer myself, but I will try and follow because it's just such a historic moment. It's also the same reason why I think if you're a Fresno State fan, you should go to the games at like USC, whenever the first basketball won, and so forth, just for the history-making nature of it. Damn the outcome. I mean, obviously you want to win, but there it goes. And their conference play starts around the same time women's volleyball and men's are doing. You know, they're going to be home against Colorado State on the 1st, Washington State on the 4th, Boise State on the 8th, they'll go to Spokane on the 11th, Logan and Utah on the 17th, Oregon State at home on the 22nd, 25th will be at home at San Diego, and then the 5th against Texas State. So, there you have it. We've got full schedules out. Football, women's volleyball, and soccer. I mean, we'll see more come out, I'm sure. When they do, I'll announce if you want to watch it. But for now, here's a skinny what's going on for this video. Bulldogs roster for basketball is almost done. We had 2 more international players. Tyler Johnson went home. There's a survey going on for Fresno State fans about what you want done to the stadium. They're repainting the stuff. They're putting in new flags, which, you know, you want to look nice at the very least, right? You don't want to look old and ratty. The thing's almost 50 years old. You know, it's due for a facelift. And when I still go to the first home game of the year, when I go to it, I'll be sure to show you guys it. And then we also have 2 more schedules done. So, that's all there is for this video. As always, go Dogs.